Is it streaming? Yes. Yes? Okay. I think it's working. So that's good enough for me. Okay, so Vulkan, shadows. Trying to do shadows from the position of this light, and I'm just doing it using the OpenGL, Learn OpenGL way, just this one. Okay, so I have made draw calls to draw to the depth buffer for the shadow, and it seems it's okay, no validation errors, but I want to see actually what we're rendering. So I'm gonna open render doc and hopefully I'll be able to inspect the image. Let's see. Is there? So we got the capture. There's a depth only path where we're doing all of these draw calls. I guess, let's see. How do I do this? Depth attachment. Image view. View contents. It's either all black or I'm not using render doc correctly. I have a depth attachment in these ones too, but I don't really see depth. Oh, okay. So that's the main one for the viewport. Oh, I guess because the whole depth is like, you know, our whatever our far range is, which is like, you know, 1,000 or whatever. Okay, let's look at this one. No, not as lucky. So we're doing depth clear, depth store. I don't know, would it be helpful to also build a color buffer? A color attachment? A color image? Okay, I was just checking some audio stuff. But it'll probably take me a while to really get it right. So back to this. I guess it's the right size. 1024. Okay. I guess the question is, is there really writing to it and stuff like that? Can I check that? I don't know. That. Wait, why does this range decrease suddenly? Can I check this? So one thing I know is that we are issuing the draw calls, we're ending rendering. And it's not like I only did it once and then captured it. It was going for many frames, so I think I should see the results either way. Depth attachment. Command buffer. Can I see the commands? Like in the buffer? Buffer, multiply by model, multiply by this thing. I guess let's see the transform. So it's at least identity. It's It's at least identity, kinda, I think. And the other thing is light space transform, which we put into here and we copied it over and we wrote the descriptor set with that size, this buffer, and it's equal to something. I think it sort of makes sense, but actually it might be very possible that this is wrong. I'm doing this lookat. Oh no, that's eye position, so that's good. And then where, and then up vector. So from the light position, which is that, look at Blender scene, that's correct. We're looking at origin, like that. Light transform, should be right. What else am I missing? So we end rendering. We submit the whole command buffer to the queue here. I guess wait, so what's my, when I begin my rendering depth attachment, do we specify how we clear? We put 0, which is black. So maybe let's try putting white. And this happen, but this will happen to everyone using this function. Let me just put it here. Image view, layout, let's clear. And then store, and then depth here will be 1. And that is our depth attachment info. Then rendering info. Depth attachment, color attachment, blah blah blah, render extent, offset is 0, layer count, color da 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 da. Layer count, I'm not sure, but I think it's fine. Then render info, we begin rendering with that. Okay, so let's build. Also make sure to build shaders, which I'm actually not sure if I did. Build shaders. Okay, they were built. Build this guy. And then run. Capture. Depth only pass. The depth attachment, view contents, undefined, 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 IMG. It shouldn't be right. And it's the wrong size. What is the size? Am I looking at the right thing? I'm looking at this attachment, no? Why? Shadow depth image view, right? That's a different image. Pipeline barrier, okay, maybe let's not look at that. Graphics pipeline. Or what? Pass, begin rendering. Rendering info. Depth attachment. Image view. Image view. It's for this attachment. Okay, aha! So we got the clear. So it's now clearing to white. So we got that going. Just to make super sure, let's also clear to gray. So here it's 224, here it's 264. That's different. Okay, we got gray. We got gray. So now we're clearing, but we're not writing to it correctly. I guess another thing is I should be able to look at geometry, right? If I look at my vertex shader, that goes into this draw call, we should have something. Okay, yeah, we see something. That is something. And I guess the white is my screen. Right, so we're doing these draws, seemingly. Wait a second. What I forgot is that I only have the model. Wait, this is the model. So this is the view space of the light. Oh, hold on a second. Let's take a look. Yeah, I'm missing projection. Let's try that. So this is just the transform to go into the view position of the light, but we also need to project it. Although I think I would see something, but okay, let's just see what happens. So here's our projection. Guess that's all good. I think this should be bigger. Let's make this 20. And let's just see what happens. Oh, multiply, of course. And let's see what happens. Wait, I didn't. Aha! Perfect. So I was just missing projection. Okay, let's go in here and delete this clear thing. And I frankly don't care that it's in here now and not in the function. I guess let me confirm it again with proper cleared thing. Let's take a look. I guess I can always just look at this. So this is what it looks like. It's upside down, but I guess that's just to do with the projection, and you know, we're probably accounting for that somewhere. Let's see what this guy is doing. So he's looking from there, in that position, and then we see something like that. I guess it's upside down. And also my depth buffer is inverted because that's how the Vulkan tutorial I was following did it. And it said, oh, trust me, it's good. And I never found out why it's good, but I'm sticking with it. So where it's black for him, it should be closer. And white is farther, right? So I think it's also upside down. But regardless, we got the depth texture. Now what do we do with it? So what I want to do now is basically take this texture, this image, right? And I want to sample it from my actually lit shader here, right? So I will need to access this texture, and right now its layout is in depth attachment optimal. So I will need to change that. But honestly, let's leave it for later. Let's start with obvious things. So I'm thinking just add a new descriptor set here. That'll be a sampler to D into shadow map depth. And then in the code, I want to accommodate that. So we're talking about draw geometry function, the retro material pipeline, where I will need to add another layout here. Builder, builder, build. Get the layout. That's for the material. I guess it's a little bit weird that we're doing this in the material, but we only have one pass and one pipeline, which is in here, so I guess it makes sense. Right, like I already added all the light data. Wait, how did I do this? Where did I pass this binding? Where did I specify it? So this is layouts. Okay. And it's layout per set, right? So this is the same set, so it's in there. It's in here. And we do, Okay. So I guess I need to do layout builder. I think I have clear in here. So let's clear it. And let's add a binding that'll be for a combined image sampler. 0, right? And then we'll build it and we'll put it into a descriptor set layout that is shadow data, shadow map, shadow descriptor. I don't know what to call these things. So that's set 2. Let's put it into here, 0, 1, 2. And we now have 3. And then the problem is we need to destroy this layout. And we also need it to bind, I think. So I'll need to keep it as part of the material too. So let's just say shadow map descriptor. Let's add it here, it's a struct. Just put it like this. Descriptor layout, descriptor set layout. And then when I do cleanup somewhere, destroy, we do it here. So let's also destroy this guy. Oh, that's standard material. Oops. Where is retro? Ah, here. Okay. And then what? So that's the descriptor set layout. We need to write right? So I'll need this type of stuff. And I'll need to do it in my draw geometry where we're doing this stuff. So here we're writing set 0, right? Which includes common scene data and lights data. And then the material set 1 I think is always written already, because that's the same descriptor set per material. But I will need to do shadows here, I think. Or at least I can. So let's do it here. So we don't need another writer. Let's just do writer clear. We're writing image, binding 0. This will be shadow map, shadow depth image. We'll need to change these things, and we're updating set. Got distracted by that song. So that descriptor set, I need to allocate the actual descriptor set. So this will be shadow map descriptor set, and we have a layout in the material. I guess let's not do it like that, because this layout is not in the material either. It should be part of the engine. So let's do this in the same place where we initialized this guy. And then descriptors, let's put it here. New builder. Don't need to clear. We're doing this one. And there we go. So there we have the layout. We use it in the material. We don't need to do this anymore. We don't need to destroy here. And this comes from the engine. Let's see, where do we destroy this one? Let's push it to deletion queue. Shadow map descriptor set layout.
Listening to Illuminatrix Radio.
Okay, so now let's actually do something that I forgot. So I have my layout. I put in my pipeline layout. Then when I draw geometry, I write so we need the actual descriptor set now, right? No, I allocated here. This is the set allocated according to the layout. And then we're updating this set to point the binding 0 to this image view. Okay. Now what? Now, theoretically, if the image layout matched, we would be good, but the image layout doesn't match. I guess let's just see if we have validation errors. Pointlessly scrolling. Yeah, what am I doing? There we go. Build failed. That's what happened. I found myself. Okay, let's see. Uniform buffer. Right image. This layout. Image sampler. Update descriptor sets. Descriptor writes. Storage image is different from bindings descriptor type from the layout. That's not true. That's not true, is it? Descriptor set layout. I'm debugging. Let's see. What's the so it's 3434. That's the one. Set layout used to allocate descriptor set. That's a different one. What about this one? It's 1C. What is even... Oh, AC. So what is that descriptor set? Oh, descriptor set. Okay, so this descriptor set layout is that one, and it says that I'm trying to write storage image, but descriptor type there is uniform buffer. But that's not true. Init descriptors. Let's see. If I look at builder, or I guess let's go into it. Take a look at our info. Bindings, combined image sampler. I mean, maybe it's the fact that the image layout is wrong and it's like, but it's saying that this is descriptor type storage. Oh god, okay. Descriptor type storage image. Descriptor type storage image. I like the song, but later. I want this one. So when we're drawing, oh, storage image. But why does it say that it's uniform buffer in there? I don't know. Let's see, right? Descriptor type, that one. And I'm using storage image, but that's probably wrong. It should be combined sampler, combined image sampler. Where did I get this from? So we'll need to switch to that layout later. But I want to see that validation error. Okay, so now this one is different from this one of this one. Descriptor set is ACAC. It's made of 3434 layout, which should be with that binding. So we're binding them here, and I'm not doing that, but we're not even running into that issue yet. It's probably some stupid issue. Nexator, hello. I don't get it. And we can't even do that. kind of lost. Oh! Wait a second. I'm stupid. I have... Okay, I see. Yeah, this is the one that writes for the building of the shadow map. So I need another descriptor set layout somewhere in this mess. That'll be, I feel like I made one. I guess not. I guess I just thought that this one is the one I need. So this is shadow read, let's say, I don't know. So let's say that that's the one I'm going to be using in the material pipeline. Then that's the one I'm going to be adding this binding to here, and that's the one in draw geometry I'm going to be writing this shadow read descriptor set, allocating, writing, blah blah blah. Now let's see if we don't run into that validation error. Okay, that's better. So the next thing is the fact that this image view is for depth stencil attachment usage, and I'm trying to do that. So it's not just the layout, it's also usage. Let's see, where do I create this image? I guess I can have multiple usages, can't I? So depth stencil attachment bit and what am I trying to do with it? I don't have that window. Sampled? Okay, let's just blindly do this and see what happens. Sampler. Do I not have a sampler in this image? Image view. Wait, so how do I assign a sampler? I don't remember. Okay, here. What am I doing? Oh! I guess I copied it from somewhere where it's like used in a very specific way. So let's just do linear sampler, use linear sampler. Okay, no validation. Okay, I don't care about that for a second. So it's not complaining about layouts. But it probably won't work. Okay, I'm lost again. I was thinking about the stream. Let's focus. What if this is not general? I guess let's also search what exactly does general mean. It's a catch-all. All types. So maybe it's okay. I wonder how I can test it. I wonder if I can do something cheeky and just sample into it from some thing. Like what if I just for the diffuse texel, if I just put this guy in here, or I guess here, what happens? I'm not building shaders. Great. Set tools out of bounds. Pipeline, blah blah blah. Draw indexed. Did I adjust the number here? Yeah. Something is alive. That's true. Oh, right, I didn't bind. Okay, I said I need to and I forgot. Okay, so here is the descriptor set. We updated it. And now when we're doing drawing, we should bind that one. That's the layout. That's right. And that's the set. Should be that one. But I guess I don't need to do it for every draw separately, but I don't care. I think that's fine. Descriptor set layout, this one has 6 descriptors. This guy is not compatible with this layout. Okay, wait. Is this? This is pipeline layout. Oh. The numbers. First set is 2. Got something. Yes, that's the depth. That's the depth in red channel. Wow. Okay. Yeah, so now the layout. Now the layout. So in the draw shadow geometry, when we build that image, I guess even before this point, the image, this guy, is in this format and with this, what is the aspect? No. I think it's undefined because where I define it is a function that I'm not using, this one. So this one should be, I don't know, maybe, oh right, like if I load from actual data, then I transition like that. So I need to do that. And when I create, let's go back to, wait, maybe let me just copy this. When we create, we don't really set it to anything, and apparently that's good enough to render to it. Right? So if we go to draw geometry, no, draw shadow geometry, we start the rendering, we begin rendering with this layout. But is it this layout? Does it ever complain about that? general. So that's what I expect when I use it, and it's not in that one. But how do I render to it when it must be in undefined? Right? It says that it's in layout undefined, but I already rendered to it. So why did it complain about that? Because I say that it's in this layout and it's not in this layout. Maybe it's a fluke, but I would think validation has to complain. Okay, regardless, I think let's just try to literally take this image and transition it in the same command buffer. Is that right? I don't know. So this is, let's say after this we do this. Shadow depth image with transition from undefined to shader read only optimal. And maybe let's just pretend that we know what we're doing, and in the beginning we transition to something else, to this one. Let's just step through it. I guess I won't get complaints until I submit the command buffer. So I'm doing all of this. Oops. Using blah blah with blah blah. The aspect flags. Aspect. Let's just do this. Or just so that function is not that unreadable, let's do something a little less ugly. Transition image 2. And here let's just set aspect mask to be depth bit, sub resource range, blah blah. Oh my god, what is this song? Source, destination, I guess. I vaguely remember what that is. So now let's use this one. here. And here. But I guess here we transition from this one. Let's go to Q submit. Oops. Okay, so I guess now that I did transition it, into this format, when I draw geometry using it, let's specify that one. Again, lost my place. Let's just go to here first. Okay, and then let's go to submit. Okay. So nothing is screaming. Oh, something. Oh no, that's just instruction. I'm probably going to stream for 10 more minutes and then I'll have to go. So it seems to be okay now. It's not complaining. It seems that I'm transitioning layouts correctly. The only thing is that we're starting in undefined, but when I do the first draw shadow geometry, okay, we do undefined, but when we do the next frame, we're transitioning from read-only optimal, right? But it says here undefined. I'm not sure if undefined means that it's like whatever it is type of thing. Old layout, da da da, image layout transition, hold on. Undefined, it can now be blah blah. Initial layout. Okay, so next frame I don't care about the contents because I clear, so I don't care that the contents will be undefined at this point. Okay, so I think it's sort of correct. And now in the shader, I sample it instead of my diffuse texture. But instead I should be actually doing shadows with it. Thank you, Nexator. Yeah, I'm just learning Vulkan myself, and I don't blame you for not understanding anything. But yeah, I'm just trying to learn more about graphics. So let's just try to sample. Oh, no, sorry, that's not. So the difficulty is that we need to actually compare the actual depth with the shadow one. Oh, thank you. Yeah, the editor was really fun to work on, but then I kind of backed myself into a corner with it where I was trying to do too much with it. So I just started working on other projects because I'm kind of blocked on that one. Okay, so I guess we need something like this. Prag position, light space. So from the vertex shader, so we do get the light. I see, so that's the annoying part, is that I also need to link the whole scene to this light. So I don't know how I'm gonna architect multiple lights and stuff like that. But okay, no need to worry about that. I'm just gonna do with one light. Because could I convert that into the view space? I guess not. Okay, so basically what I need to do is add to my scene common data yeah, that's a good one. Just do vertex painting. Honestly, I like kind of retro rendering the most in general. Yeah. But yeah, I like retro rendering, but at the same time, I feel like even to do that well, you kind of need to be more into modern practices as well, and then apply them backwards, that kind of thing. Because before I was kind of just focusing on the retro stuff, but I wasn't expanding, my abilities. this is so out of date. Oh, I think... Okay, this is a mess. Yeah, I expanded it here, but not here. I need to do so much cleanup here. I guess I should move that there. Okay. And then let's just assume this works. What I would do is take my fragment position which I might already I guess I use this for the vertex shader. Yeah, I have this out frag position. So this is I just need frag position and light space. To get which, I need to take this guy, and this will be light space. Oh, and there's another place where I do the scene data. Here, 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 and here. And I need to take scene data, light space transform, multiply out frag position by that, and that goes into the fragment shader. And then here we do something. Something like this, right? current depth comes from there. Closest comes from the shadow map. And then this is that. Let's just say I multiply the lit color by it. For now. And I think the sign here will be different because again, I'm doing the depth backwards. But okay, regardless, it'll be 1 or 0, so we'll see something if it works. So the only thing here is let's put this guy here, and I guess wherever I populate this one in update scene, let's also populate this. And I already do this in draw geometry, or just draw here. Could I update scene from here? I think I could update scene, then we do all this, which does not depend on the scene. So I guess let's just put it right in here. I guess. Okay, so scene data, which is in the class, right? Yeah. Okay. Scene data dot this equals to this with projection. Is it with projection? I think so. I don't know. Okay, let's see what happens. Mesh vert 13, location 5. Overlapping user location 5. Really? Really? How? And it has to know that just from this one shader. Huh? I don't get it. Location 6? I don't know. But 10 works. Okay, I don't know if I can trust it, but let's just see if something works before I go. So 52, transform, this is vec3, that's mat4, I think. I don't know, let's just do this again. And that should be vec3. And what, before I forget, if I use 10 here, let's use 10 here. shadow calculation. It takes vec 4. Huh. Okay. Let's keep vec 4. Okay. I see. I don't know. What is happening with this? Let's try 5 again. What do you mean? Overlapping user location 5. Was that like that? Okay, but there's 8 total. Let's try 7. Okay. Oh! I think we got something. Let me see validation again. Yeah, it seems good. Oh. Okay. So something works in some way, maybe like projection matrices or whatever might be off, stuff like that. Oh, and also I guess, no, I don't know. So yeah, it sort of works, but it needs a lot of adjustment and tweaking, and I'll leave that for later. So I'm gonna end the stream here. Thank you for coming, Nexator. It was nice to see you, and catch you next time.